Superman review. Alright, let's see what more Stu has to say about this. Check this out.
What is good, YouTube? Boys, you here with another video on the future of the DC Universe. So in this video, we're going to be talking about when the release of the information for the DC Universe will be coming out. Also going over some other DCEU related things and a bunch of news, rumors, and related things to do with DC. So if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture based content that we cover on a daily basis. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below, what must James Gunn and Pete Safran tweet? Or realistically, it's going to come out via the trades tomorrow. We all know that. And then James Gunn would quote tweet it or chime in. It's not like they're going to have a massive presentation publicly, is it? So let me know. What are you most anticipated? What are you most looking forward to on the new slate? Although I realistically don't think it's going to be a slate. It's most likely just going to be a handful of projects and a bunch of information. So, if you could, follow me on Instagram at WashDew to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Also, check us out on Twitter at WashDewG, because I've got no files on Twitter. So, let's break it down. So James Gunn has officially confirmed and verified that something is coming tomorrow. He hasn't confirmed it's a DC Cinematic Universe slate. He's confirmed it will be Tuesday. So we know we're getting the information to do with whatever he's been working on since October on Tuesday, because he's finally come out and said Tuesday. Something funny came out on Twitter yesterday. Someone called Robert Garcia, who is the 28th Congressman Mayor of Long Beach City. If James Gunn doesn't present the DCU plan by the 1st of February, I'm calling him in Congress, hearing where I will ask the tough questions everyone wants to know. Now, this is kind of funny because I said, and lads and ladettes, I post stuff to get an emotional reaction out of you, and it clearly worked. I posted this on my Twitter a few days back. It's wild to me there's absolutely no interest in the new DCEU, the new vision of DC. No one seems to care. Really, does anyone care? And it turns out you guys do care. I also dropped it in the video, and that's why I said it. So over 204 comments. That's a lot for a really small Twitter account. And it turns out people do care, but some people have lost interest because they've scrapped a bunch of actors which they could have kept around realistically. But maybe Uncle James Gunn has a really cool plan. Maybe your boy WashDew already knows what's coming. Maybe he doesn't. So, Dave Bautista has recently come out and confirmed a full-scale hard reboot, which is interesting because no one else has come out and said this. Despite his efforts, Dave Bautista has come to realise he would never play DC comic villain Bane. He just says that at his age it would be too physically demanding to get in that shape, and it would have to be not natural, careful for spoilers, to get in kind of Bane shape. If you've seen what Tom Hardy did, it clearly wasn't natty. That was confirmed, he said in a conversation with his Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn, who is now overseeing the DC Universe at Warner Bros. Now, that's a huge shame because the fan art is awesome. I've had conversations with James about it, but I think the direction he's leaning in is a complete rebooting the whole universe from scratch, starting with a younger, fresher, and I think you need to do that. The actor told Insider over the weekend, whilst doing press tour for the up-and-coming Knock at the Cabinet, which is supposed to be a really cool movie. So he went on to say, I think for the DC Universe to be revived, you need to start from the scratch. I think you need to start with younger actors. Dave Bautista, 54. You need to start with a plan for the next 15 years. I just don't think you can do that with me. I understand that. And also, I have to say, I appreciate that because I don't want to play a character that I can't bring justice to it. I don't think at this point in my career I can bring justice to Bane anymore. I just don't know if I could handle the physicality part. I don't think I would have any longevity to play ahead for films to come. So I just don't know if I'd be that guy. Now that's pretty interesting. So he's indirectly confirmed that it's going to be a full-scale reboot, but everyone's running with his story, like the DC Direct. James Gunn is completely rebooting the DCEU, according to Dave Bautista. He started from scratch with young directors. But if you actually read the quote, like we've just read it, it doesn't actually say that. He says he thinks if you're going to start to do it, you would need a much younger cast, much younger actors. But that's not what they actually said though, is it? No, the quote has been taken straight out of context because it's his opinion based on conversations with his friend. There's no affirmation or confirmation that there's a full-scale reboot because, for instance, James Gunn put up a picture. It said Waller. There's been rumours of a Waller TV series. Are they really going to recast Amanda Waller after she's appeared in Peacemaker, Black Adam, etc.? No. And for it to be a really hard reboot, absolutely everyone would have to be recast, which would be a great idea. Otherwise, you're going to get the die-hard Snyderverse, Henry Cavill Superman fans bang on your door. So, recently, last month in December, I said I wanted Wolfgang to be the next Superman. Ironically, a few days before the DCEU announcement, Wolfgang deactivates his Instagram account because he's receiving some pretty harsh online abuse about him allegedly being the next Superman with no factual evidence. Except for he looks really cool, except for I said he should be the next Superman. I said this a long time ago. But what's interesting here is James Gunn says, we have hundreds of roles to cast, as I've always done. Some will be new faces. Some will be actors I've worked with before. Some will be actors you know who I've never worked with. What matters most is the actor fits the role and they're easy to work with. But also what he said was he doesn't cast anyone until the script is pretty much 100% done. Now, I've always believed he has already cast Superman, or at least got a top 3 or knuckled it down to a few different candidates. My thoughts are, this was posted on the 13th of January. No one's been cast as Superman. Casting is always the case with me, will happen after the script is finished or close to finished. And it isn't. We'll announce a few things in a not too long future, but the casting of Superman won't be one of them. I actually think it will be. Now, he's contradicted himself so many times since this, basically saying all the members of Guardians of the Galaxy will be working with him again at his new job in some capacity. Now, generally what happens in the Hollywood press world is, the day before a big reveal or stuff like that, for example, when Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder announced the Snyder Cut was coming, a lot of people, including me, knew about it the day before. So, most likely what will be happening today is the big publications, the real trades, will be getting the lowdown on absolutely everything to do with all the plans that James Gunn will be announcing, and it's most likely going to be coming out via the trades, and whenever they're ready to trigger the information, the trades will know about it today. So anyone that says stuff like, oh yeah, we know when it's coming, yeah, you know when it's coming because James Gunn has literally said Tuesday. He's literally said Tuesday. So there is nothing to guess because we already know it's coming out tomorrow. So there's no point speculating, accumulating if it's going to be a full-scale reboot. Sure, I may put a full-scale reboot, hard reboot in the title because Dave Bautista allegedly is very good friends with James Gunn. So we don't know. Full-scale reboot? I can't see it happening personally. Why? Because of Peacemaker universe, because of the Suicide Squad universe, and because of Shazam 2, etc. Even with the controversy that Zachary Levi's recently got himself in, I still can't see him getting rid of certain actors. So I personally feel it's going to be like an 80% reboot, meaning 20% will be kept, but the other 80% will be brand new. But people keep taking this out of context. Rebooting the whole universe. He's starting from scratch. Starting with a younger, fresher, and I think that's needed to be done. That's just Dave Bautista's opinions. It's like me saying there's going to be a full-scale reboot. Well, clearly it's not. He's obviously got a lot more credibility and knows James Gunn personally. Although James Gunn's my uncle, I'm not allowed to say anything that's not public knowledge or else I may get a phone call, but it is what it is. Make Wolfgang Superman. But if you guys want to post down below all your predictions and theories for what he's going to announce, if he's got any is on him, Uncle James Gunn will tweet the following. There's a Batman, a Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, new movies, coming soon, boom. Wolfgang is the next Superman. Cool, I called it, I asked for it, and that will be awesome because we need a Justice League with the Green Lantern. Yes, Zack Snyder did have a bunch of Green Lanterns in his, but we never actually got to see it. Maybe one day Zachary Snyder can just drop the Wayne T. Carr Green Lantern scene. It's technically property of Warner Bros. Pictures, so he can't actually do that. But let's hope whatever James Gunn reveals tomorrow, it won't cause massive controversy when he's like, yeah, Robin Pattinson's the Batman in my new universe. I honestly think that James Gunn likes Matt Reeves. I think James Gunn is going to try and finesse Matt Reeves into eventually allowing Robert Pattinson to be the next Batman. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at What's True. Check us out on Twitter at What's True G. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.
I like this video. Great. See you guys. Bye.